So today we're going to be talking about my fan-made version of Stubby Bob. I'll just quickly show you the initial kit because I actually have it on hand. So the initial kit for this I started with was the I don't know if you can see that. Oops, knocking everything. Was the Revell 50s Ford F1 pickup truck 2-in-1 kit. This is a replica of the Stubby Bob that is in the TV show Roadkill, or the TV show web series Roadkill. This used to be a free show that was on YouTube, which has since gone over to its own paid subscription service. Mostly because it was a big company that was producing a lot of shows, and YouTube just wasn't paying enough, so they had to get their own funding from somewhere else. So that's pretty much what happened to that show. You can still catch up on quite a few of the episodes, and I'll probably throw a few links in the description on the episodes concerning this vehicle. So initially in their show, the truck is just a 1-ton 50s dump truck, but they already had the dump part removed, and it was just the chassis and the truck in this kind of worn state. Then they shortened the chassis and moved the front rear wheels a bit further forward, and then in another episode they wanted to upgrade the power and decided instead of reinstalling the engine in the front, they'd put it on the back, and thus giving the vehicle the ability to pop wheelies, hence its other name, Wheelie Bob. There's a few changes between mine and the actual Stubby Bob. I had to use parts that I could only get my hands on. Initially I wanted to use a 1950s truck kit as the base chassis, but after looking into them and seeing the high prices, I wasn't about to pay that much for a donor vehicle. So in the end I just used the original chassis that came with the actual kit, instead of just doing a cab transfer like I'd planned to. This engine is out of a Pontiac. If you've ever seen any of the wrecks, that yellow and grey wreck, that Pontiac specifically, I think the original engine's actually out of a Chevy truck, but I wasn't going to go and buy a Chevy truck to pull the engine out of, so it was just whatever I had available. Let me just show the engine a bit more. Yeah, the wheels are a little different on mine because, again, I was only using what I could get my hands on. These are Itella's truck wheel kit. They come with a set of jewels and then two types of front, one being wider than the others, and they have different center hubs. These look nothing like the ones that were originally on Stubby Bob, but they were closest truck tires I could get my hands on. Again, they have a beer keg for what you call it, a beer keg for a fuel tank. I try to get most of the general engine layout as close as possible to the original truck, especially with the pulley belt. This was the original pulley system that came with the Pontiac engine along with the supercharger. But obviously the rear belt here that you can actually, let me just turn that around. Yeah. This system part of the pulley, this part of the pulley system, which was obviously custom fabricated on the truck itself, real life truck, was obviously nothing like this. So I used the elastic band and the starter motor and kind of built my own to replicate this. The same with these straps. This keg is actually an arc beer keg from a 28mm orcs from like Warhammer and stuff. I use a lot of their stuff because some of it works, some of it doesn't, but it was the closest thing I could get to being about the right size. This was all custom fabricated out of lights and stuff out of other artillery truck accessories kits. The side pipes were also custom fabricated by me, as well as the scoop, and engine bracket and such. I like to build all my vehicles with working wheels and what you call opening doors. Sorry, my dog's in the background. The doors regrettably on this model don't open all that wide. This is due to these, which I kept on, which are the original hinges Obviously my hinges for this door are on the internal side. These are outward hinges that are actually on the actual car, on the truck. I left them on for visual similarity to the actual truck, but unfortunately this one particular on both sides clips against the fender and pretty much won't allow me to open the door fully. I had custom built the shifter on the interior, which I'll probably show you better off in the slideshow at the end. These lights, I think I already mentioned, were just part out of an Attila truck kit, accessories kit, as that's the closest thing I had to them. Also custom built this fabricated exhaust line. Is it the exhaust line? I can't remember. No, it's the cooling line. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if you can see in there. Yeah, the original truck was red, as you can kind of tell by the back and the interior, but it's a truck that's been sat for a very long time. This is how I'm scared. The doors on this one are quite tight, so they don't open all the way and they don't close all the way. Yeah, again, you can't really see, unfortunately. This is the original petrol cap area, yeah, fuel cap, but they decided to remove the fuel cell, fuel tank that's behind the rear seats, behind the seats. Sorry, my dog is just gone messing around. It's a warm day, so she's just looking for somewhere cool to hide. Yeah, in the original truck they removed the coolant system and replaced it with a much better one. For my purposes, I just used the same one and hooked it up. Give you a quick good look. I'll close these doors a bit. Yeah, a bit. I'm not gonna what you call it. So yeah, thankfully the bumper holds. Yeah, it's not really gonna hold, is it? I'll probably take a better shot of that in wheelie mode, because I custom built my own transfer case around here. I'm not too sure if that's picking it up with the camera. Hey, I'll flip it up a bit. Yeah, you can't see, not really, can you? Yeah, so I'll have to show this, but yeah, I try to make the underside as close to the actual truck as possible. I did have to modify the actual chassis to accept these wheels, because obviously it was meant for regular wheels, not truck size wheels, and I also had to recut the fenders for the front wheels. Yeah, initially I wasn't expecting to build this. I bought the truck kit for just another reason. I intended to build the kit also at uni in a 3D model of this vehicle, but unfortunately due to the fact that it was a 3-month turnaround, it didn't turn out that well. But yeah, I bought the kit just so I could use the truck cab as reference, and I never intended to actually scratch build Stubby Bob. I just saw the episode and thought it'd be really cool to animate a wheelie vehicle. In fact, initially the idea was to get a little red working kit such as this one, which is in my stash at the moment, and someday I'll get around to building that. But at the time they were going for crazy money and I wasn't willing to spend that much money on one, and since I already had the cab for this and I'd seen quite a few other people had built these, and it didn't seem all that impossible a feat after seeing a few other people do it, so I thought I'd give it a go, and this is the end result. So I'll just do a little slideshow now, and then I'll see you in the next video.